having gone through formal education in art, of course, I am educated in the elements and principles of art, the color theory,
Composition.
Composition. All these things is what you learn in school. But how you interpret it into that moment of creation is now your language, is what I call your vocabulary. And I say, even when I have conversations with students, I say it has to get to a point you have your own vocabulary of your creation. That means there's a way you hold your brush that only you can hold that brush that way. And there's a way your palette of colors, for instance, starts either from the dark or from the light, or the background is a certain way that you build upon it. So all those elements and principles of art that you're talking about, the color, the hues, the chroma, the shadow and light, the value, the forms, all those things, for you now, you become like a storyteller or a person writing a novel. After learning your ABCD in school, how you arrange them in the book gives a character to who you are as a writer. So that when I'm reading a Dan Brown, the reason I read it is the way he tells the story. There's a way he leaves you in suspense. There's a way he starts the story, which leads you on to want to read more and more. And then there are those who don't go that way. Maybe they start from another direction in terms of how they write the story. The same thing with an artist. They have all these apparatus before them. But each one of us chooses the direction to go because you want to tell the story, the narrative in a specific way that is true to you and your identity. So again, you break all the rules that you learned in school in terms of the hue, the light, the whatever. At times there's no light, it's total darkness, at times there's whatever. All these things, you are told, light must come from this direction to this direction, and you break all those rules because there's something you want to communicate. Many times when I'm doing my research or walking around, I'm not thinking, I'm going to do a painting now. It's many times just living life. Then through that, it comes to a point where you feel this anxiety. It comes like an anxiety, sort of. I'm describing myself. I don't know about other people. So I've talked to other artists and they say the same thing. It's like an anxiety, something burning inside here, like in your heart. You are unstable. Your mind is like, something is like really, really itching at you, and you're like, no. Unless I put this somewhere, this will kill me. Will drive me crazy, kind of thing. So, based on that, then it kind of this situation leads you to research or read more or visit galleries. For me, that's what I do it. I visit galleries, I see what people are talking, the conversations people are having. I go to exhibitions, I see what is exhibited. It's kind of like finding your pathway. It's kind of like you're finding your place in this thing that is pushing you this life. Anyways, it's something that is forever ongoing. It's like this other part of person that is different from who you call yourself to be. So you live in two spaces all the time with this other person, the creative person. There's the living person, the physical person you see, and there's the artist. That is a different personality, that is always unstable and full of anxiety. And that's why you see artists taking a lot of all kinds of substance, because they try to tone it down or try to cool it down, or like quieten it or something. So for me, I don't have the privilege of doing that. So I let it be, because I keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. I keep searching for the trueness of existence, kind of thing, in the art. So I start with a form in my mind. I am thinking of a form. I can deform it, but it's a form, whether deformed or whatever status it gets into. Yeah. So then the color comes, and color for me is. Recently, I am abstracting color completely. Like, my recent work is so black and white because there's something so communicative about black, and it's so graphical, and it's becoming like a go-to. Like, it's so simple and so subtle. But again, for me also, I look at the tension I create. Color, or whatever medium I use, whether it's color or no color, is the tension I create in a work of art that is also now becomes very important. Like the psychology of art is so beautiful that I feel like it's another layer when you're doing forms, that you can choose a symbol, a form that is symbolic of a concept you're thinking about that is understood by people, by many people, by the viewers. They seem to get it that a balloon represents maybe being uplifted, happiness, or a shadow represents a type of depression or something like that. Or yellow is a happy moment, but some is choosing colors that represents that concept as a symbol, a symbol that is understood by the larger, population of people, for instance. I don't have someone in mind. It's just, for instance, it's something that I know is existing. For instance, I have people, maybe students, that I've seen go through this emotion, or family members that are going through this. I've had conversation maybe on social media. At times it's a social media thing, there's a trending conversation, and out of that trending conversation, then this is what comes through. So I know it's something that is happening. I may not know I'm not aiming at one particular person, but it's through these conversations on social media that I feel I need to represent. I am always evolving from one level to another level, irrespective of which direction it is going. It doesn't really matter. It's always a part of your growth or something. However, this series of the symbolic colloquial kind of language or statements was quite impactful, I must say, because they took longer to do than even the landscapes I was doing, because I had to get the emotion right. I felt if I cut a certain form too much or added too much, I had to be precise. It's like doing surgery to get something out, I have to be very precise when I was doing those ones, so I don't misrepresent the emotion. Yes. Yes. Whatever it is I'm doing, I should keep on doing, because someone somewhere needs it, and for whatever reason, for whatever moment, for whatever encouragement, or for whatever, at times the artwork takes you to that other level. It doesn't drop you down, no matter what it is. It takes you higher all the time. It takes you higher and higher. And the pride you take in the artwork, even talking about a work of art, there's a thing about it that is so cultured. It's like an otherworldly kind of thing that people don't normally talk about, but you having this conversation about it is like you've joined the otherworldly kind of conversations. And for me, that's the takeaway, that I'm able to uplift people to that level without knowing it, without even intending to. That I didn't sit down in my studio and create work saying, this is going to go to this person somewhere, or it's going to earn me this amount of money. I did not even quantify it in terms of monetary returns. I was not selfish about it. I just gave it. By that giving, someone in another space receives that inspiration, and it moves them to change another person's life by talking about it in pride, with a lot of pride in it, about an artwork they don't even know where I created it. That is me living twice.